just think you can flap your yap. No cap, yo, we looking at the facts and stats. Second city gritty to across the map. Put your cleats on your feet while we run some laps. Buckle up your seat while we have some chats. Who the GOAT on the court, pictures and running backs. Plug in your jacks and you're whipping your phone. Shalom, let's get it on, just a set in the tone.
Welcome everyone to the Setting the Tone podcast. It's your guy Tone here for a new episode of the Bears episodes that we do here on this podcast channel. I got my guy J Mac in the place to be. What's going on, J Mac?
What's good, my brother? What's good?
Not much, man.
All season is upon us, I guess.
Yes, sir. All season is here. We can't really talk about the game insights, given our analysis. So we're gonna get some off-season content for you guys. We're going to talk about today's episode. We're going to talk about Caleb Williams' year 2 to year 3 leap, what we looking to see, what we saw and what we looking to see from this young quarterback moving forward. We're going to start off with, like, he showed a lot of flash his rookie year. It was uneven. Some of it had to do with coaching and offensive line helping, all those things, and himself included. And then he showed that he is a franchise quarterback in his sophomore season, in my opinion. What are we looking to see? What jump are we looking to see him take in his junior season, his third season in the NFL? Let's give a brief recap of his second season. He played all 17 games. He completed 330 of his passes off of 568 attempts, which is about 58% for passing yards of 3,942 with 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. His completion percentage dropped a little from his first year to his second year. But he still looked like a better quarterback, and I'll attribute some of those incompletions to the play calling. Instead of just throwing little screens, he had more, he had a more complicated offense to run, and some of that due to just him not being accurate. And some of that have to do with the receivers dropping passes. But at any rate, his second season looked like a boom season. It wasn't a bust season. He took off, and he showed us like why he was the number 1 overall pick in his draft class in 2024. And he looks like he's going to be an all-time great for the Chicago Bears as the quarterback. J-Mac.
What's good,
what are your thoughts?
What's good?
What are your thoughts on Caleb Williams so far?
I think we all know I wasn't a big Williams fan in the beginning, but at the same time, he's our quarterback, so I'm going to support our quarterback. My thoughts were I didn't think that his college game could translate into the NFL. That's first and foremost. And I was dead wrong about that. Dead ass wrong. You can see his college game actually translated into the NFL. He's fucking very, very durable. 17 games the first season, 17 games this past season, along with 2 playoff games. Man, I can't tell you when the last time we seen that from the quarterback position for the Bears.
Right.
I've seen tremendous growth with his command of the offense, especially a new offense that a new offense is more complicated offense with BJ's offense. I've been pleased with the growth, but like you said yourself, there's problems with the accuracy, and hopefully next season, we can alleviate some of that. But other than that, I'm pleased with the progress that I've seen from season 1 to 2, and hopefully he can take off year 3.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, the complication of the offense with new offensive coordinator and head coach Ben Johnson, and the complicated offense moving from the offense that he ran the year before. I really think that took a hit on his percentage. You know, uh, him being able to navigate this complicated offense, and I think his percentage will go up because he'll be more familiar with it, and he'll probably work on his accuracy as well in the offseason. And being that he doesn't throw those short little screens all the time, that'll pull anybody's percentages up. And there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of quarterbacks that do that. So I think this offense, we can't put too much. We can put some pressure on his accuracy. We can't put too much because of the type of offense that it is. But I want to see it go up to. I want to see it go up to mid 60s in year 3. 65 would be
I
excellent.
Yeah, me personally, I just want at least 60%, because he's been like the first 2 seasons he's less than 60. So we can improve that in increments, and if we can. Um, one thing that to me that works in his favor is he don't throw picks. He's very
Correct.
cautious and careful with the ball. First season, 20 touchdowns to 5 picks, and this past season, 7 picks to
Yep.
27, somewhere around there, touchdowns. He didn't
27
hit 30.
touchdowns. Yeah.
So I like his ball security. Definitely. That plays a big dividend in um, his his completion percentage. And
Correct.
like you said, the drops. If we can eliminate some of the drops, and also the completion percentage, the throwaways. He's had more throwaways this past season than he did the first season. So I think that affected his completion percentage as well. Not
Correct.
taking sacks, throwing away the ball, just live to play another down. So I think that's a big improvement on his behalf,
Yes.
and not forcing shit.
Also, another improvement on his behalf, and also has to do with the offensive line, is the sacks. He
Mm-hmm.
avoided a lot of sacks this season. As to last season, he took a lot of sacks, whether it was the O line's fault or whether it's him holding on to the ball too long. Um,
Right.
he had 68 sacks last season. Um, this season he only had 24. He still held the ball a long time, but his escapability was next level. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah,
offensive line was actually another level as well. So the combination of the two, you can see that, like you said, he doesn't put the ball in harm's way. He doesn't fumble and throw interceptions. You know, he doesn't take a lot of sacks anymore. So that's a great thing moving forward. And if we can fill in that left tackle position, I think he can continue this trajectory of keeping his sacks down low.
I agree. I agree. And and again, just helping with the completion percentage, as Ben Johnson said, we got to catch the ball.
Got to catch the ball, bro.
We're one of the leading teams in the NFL in drops, so that'll help his
Yeah.
completion percentage as well. When
Were we one
as
of the
we
leading
always
teams, or were we the leading team?
we were one of the leading teams.
Okay.
If I'm mistaken, I think it was 3 other teams that was ahead of us in drops.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure about that, but we were we were top 5 in drops.
And
Not a good look at all.
he still got wheels. He's not too quick to take off and run, which I'm okay with, but he runs when it's necessary. There's a couple other times he should have ran, I think, that he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But 77 rushes for 388 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. That's a good balance for a quarterback. He's not a run heavy
Yeah,
quarterback, but he runs enough. He runs when it's necessary, and he
right.
got wheels. He got some speed on him. You ain't about to just catch him easily.
Yeah, and the best part, another thing to add on to what you're saying, you're not going to keep him confined to the pocket. So you can't just say he's a pocket passer
Right,
because, like you're talking about, he got wheels. He'll take off on you.
right.
He will take off on you. So that's a plus in his game.
You got to keep somebody spying on him, or he gonna ruin your defense. He gonna ruin
Hmm.
you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I, I honestly think we need to see a little bit more of that next season. Him taking off when and you going through your progressions, and once you get past your third progression, if ain't nothing open, just go ahead and take off, get some positive yards. Keep the
Facts.
drive going. But we'll see how Ben coached that up next season.
Add on to that. You get through your progression, ain't nothing there. Take off. The pass
Hmm.
rush is in your face, and you can't escape it. Take off. You ain't
Yeah,
got to extend the play every time. Just take off. Just take off because you can avoid more sacks. You can avoid more incompletions. You can, you know things like that. Turnovers. You can avoid those. Just take off. You got opportunity. You see a lane. Just take it. Get those
right.
yards. Keep the chains moving.
I think that's part of the growth that we looking to see next season.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
also when he do take off, which I think he's very good at keeping his eyes downfield,
Hmm.
especially when he's scrambling. He's good at keeping his eyes downfield. So
He's great at
we
that, man. I agree.
we personally, I expect to see that. Excuse me. Personally, I expect to see that a little bit more next season.
Uh huh.
Keeping his eyes downfield, not taking off to run so much or playing so much hero ball. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Extend the play, keep your eyes downfield, but if ain't nothing open like we talking about, take off. But still keep your eyes downfield, less hero ball, and we saw a lot of that, a lot less of that this year as well. That's hero ball.
Yeah. But we saw some great hero ball when he had to. The man
Oh yeah, definitely,
was a
definitely,
hero. he,
definitely.
matter of fact, he has a superhero name. So I mean, he's
Right?
he's the Iceman.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You
But
know,
at the same time, what I need to see, especially next season, is not for you to wait to the fourth quarter and we down for you to be Iceman. We need
correct.
you to be cold, laying that shit out there from the time you step on the field.
Hey,
So
that's a great transition. What we're expecting, what we're looking for from year 2 to year 3. Get into the offense early. Don't wait to the end of the game. Get into the
right,
offense and put yourself in a positive situation with points where you don't have to be a superhero at the end of the game.
right,
Pull it out when it's necessary. If the other team can if the other team is matching us point for point, our defense ain't getting the stops, then yeah, pull a superhero out. But let's get into the offense early, first quarter, put the other team behind the sticks, put the other team make them one dimensional because of our offense is taking off. We got too many offensive weapons and too good of a play caller to be trailing.
yeah, that's true. That's very true. Um, Yeah, I mean, like what you're saying is once he get a grasp of the offense, in which this will be his second year into this offense, we should see the offense start taking off a little bit faster,
Yeah,
getting faster starts instead of stalling. The first couple of drives, and you know we seen that too many times this past season. What we stalled on the first couple of drives in the beginning of the season, we was taking off a little bit, sooner and faster. But as the season progressed, it's like it took us too long to get into a rhythm offensively. So with like what we're saying, with another year in this offense should start. You got everybody second year into this offense, so everybody should
Yeah,
pick up the pace a little bit more quicker and grasp this offense, you know, and take off with it.
yeah. Young guys like Luther Burden, he's gonna have that experience under his belt from year one and going into year two with Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
They should have a better connection. Um, I feel like Caleb's connection with Colston Loveland should be even bigger. We saw towards the end of the season how those two dudes were connected, how those dudes had chemistry. Year two
Yep.
with this offense, year two together, this connection should be Mahomes and Kelsey. That's how I think.
Well, just to touch on that, well, what you mean well, not what you mean, but when you speak on connection, this second year in this offense, you should have damn. Well, what was the word that they kept using? Being on the same page with
Uh
your
huh.
receivers. We should get less of this not being on the same page with your receiver, as opposed. I mean, we seen too much of that last season,
Yeah.
to where the receiver's not in the right place, or Caleb thinking one thing and the receiver is thinking something totally different. So this is where they need to talk and start discussing shit, whether if it's in the huddle, um, on the sidelines before they take the field. They need to really get on the same page as to, Caleb needs to talk to his receivers. This is what I see. This is what I need you to do. So when he's seeing certain things, he expecting them to do it. You gotta relay that to him. If you don't relay it to him, you can't just think that.
Assume. Yeah.
Right. You can't assume that, we're going to be on the same page. And this is what I see. I hope he sees it the same way. So we need to eliminate a lot of that and actually at least verbalize and discuss what y'all seeing and get on the same page.
Facts. And bringing up connections and chemistry, Roma Dunze had seemed to be his guy early in the season. And Rome got hurt, and then between being hurt and being a guy early in the season, he kind of fell off a little bit. Rome did. Hopefully that connection starts off a good again. Rome has the big body, and he should be able to high point some of those throws. That's not on the money, and that connection gets better because it looked a little lost towards the end of the year or middle to the end of the year. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
I also
I'm sorry, but even
mhm,
speaking on what you're saying, in the beginning of the year, he had that same connection with Zacchaeus too.
sure did.
And it's like as the season went on, him and Rome started accumulating drops. And
Right.
once and now that you're thinking about it, you playing back the season, and once to me it's like once those two start accumulating drops, you start taking his targets elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when you see Burden start getting more targets. That's when you definitely see Loveland start targets start to pick up. Everybody else start getting more targets instead of just Rome and Zacchaeus.
Yeah. And I think that's a smart move. The quarterback, he should not favor any of his receivers if they're not up to the task, if they're not beating their guy, if they're dropping the ball, if they're not running the right routes, whatever the case may be. You can't favor him. I gotta move on, man, because we ain't connecting. We ain't connected for some
Right.
reason. I gotta move to
Not
this guy.
today.
This guy,
Right.
me and this guy, we running this together. Just be ready because I might have to come back to you, but I'm gonna look for something
Right.
else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you gotta if it ain't working out that game,
Right.
like you said, you gotta move on.
I
Maybe
mean, we
next
gotta
game we can.
yeah. If we got this connection, like say Stockton and Malone, every time we run this pick and roll and it's money, then I'm gonna keep running to you because you can't stop
Mhm.
it because the other
Right.
team can't stop it. But if we running this pick and roll and this shit is just garbage,
Yeah, we
Oh,
got to move on. We got to pick it. We got to get another play.
you got to
That's
get another
all.
play. Yeah.
That don't mean the pick and roll don't work. It's just not working this game.
Right, working this game. Facts.
All
And
right.
then we need
That's
to get
all.
back to the drawing board, watch some film. What's what we missing, man? Because this ain't working right
Mm-hmm.
now. You know.
Yep.
And Caleb has to be that leader, which I think he showed towards the end of the season. You got to be that leader. Do your job. Do your job. Meaning all types of things. Meaning run the route. Meaning block. Meaning catch the ball. Meaning stay on task. Stay in the game. Do your job. He's got to be that leader, which we saw that growth from 1 to 2. And I think we're going to see even more in 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at first, to me, his first season, I mean, you can see a little. I mean, he's still a kid. I don't care if he's 21, 22. Yeah, in adult years, yeah, you're an adult. But to
Right.
me, he's still a kid, and you can see in the first year, you can see some immaturity there. But it's like when he got with Ben, it's like all that shit went out the window, and he's just like really focused because he got the coach that he wants.
A coach that's going to hold him
And
accountable. A coach that's going to tell
right,
him, hey, this is how a professional quarterback looks. We
mm-hmm,
need you to act like one. We need
yep,
we need you to be one. If we want to, you want to be great. You say you want to be great. All right, these are the steps you need to take.
mm-hmm,
All of that pouting, all that stuff. No, no, no. You should have left that at USC, but you left that in year 1. We're not going to do that year 2. Let's go. And we're gonna
yep,
see it. We're gonna see more maturity in year 3. Year 3, the kid gloves are off. You're a franchise quarterback now. They got some places saying he's the most voted on player, or not the most voted on, the most betted on player for MVP for year 3. Hey, you got to show up now.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, the way I look at it, um, he flipped that switch from year 1 to year 2. Now I want to see him flip that switch even higher for
yeah.
year
The
3.
greats do it, man. The greats do it.
Yeah.
By year 3, we see a huge jump in most quarterbacks. Year 3, um, we need him to take that Josh Allen type jump, that Jalen Hurts type jump, that Lamar Jackson type jump. Not saying that he's those quarterbacks, he's going to look like those quarterbacks, but the Caleb Williams jump need to be a
Right,
big
right,
jump. You know
right,
what I mean?
right, right. That part right there, the Caleb Williams jump, because I mean, all everybody is themselves. Everybody
Right.
played to their own ability, and Caleb, and you can literally see this man is one of one, and so that dude he's as much as I hated it. Well, the hate was there because of JF1. I didn't want to, but I
Right.
think we got one. We got I think we got a good
We
franchise
got us one,
quarterback.
man. We got us one.
Yeah, I'm
Man,
still
we
be
all
critical
a
in
lot of
talking
us
about
love
Jim.
JF1, man. A lot of us love
Yeah,
JF1 because he was exciting, he was electric, and he was a good dude. But I think we
yeah, he was
improved at
something
that.
for us to cheer for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we improved
he was
at
the
that
only thing we
position.
had to cheer for.
Exactly.
Well, for 2 years, 2.5 years, he was the only thing we had to cheer for. So
Man, he was between a rock and a hard place, a rebuilding team and a terrible coach. But we're
yeah,
here
very
now.
true. Yep, we here. We passed that. We looking ahead. And I believe we do have our franchise quarterback.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
still gonna be critical. I'm still gonna talk shit on him, but we got our guy. We got our
We could,
guy.
and those that were holding on to Tyson Bagent, just sit down with Tyson Bagent because you ain't gonna see him unless it's a trick play, unless there's an injury or there's a blowout. We ain't gonna see him.
Right. I mean, but it's still good to have a competent backup behind Caleb,
And that
because
man ain't played in about 3
unfortunately,
years now. He incompetent. We ain't seen nothing.
yeah, but unfortunately, it's the NFL. You just never
we
know.
we don't know
You
what's
know,
going to happen. Caleb
right,
could have an injury ravaged season next season.
right.
Hopefully
That's what I'm
not.
talking about.
Hopefully
Right.
not. But we
I
don't know
hope
what we
not.
got in Tyson Bagent in a regular season game. We don't know. We ain't seen him since
No,
2023.
not right. Yeah. Since what? What game was that? The Raiders or
I don't
damn
know. He was throwing ducks
or the
though. That's all I
Saints?
remember.
It was the Raiders or the Saints game, but it was the last game he did win. He did win for us. I give him that much.
The
He went
defense, but
two
that's
on
another
this
story.
stretch.
Look, the defense, but that's another story. All right, let's get back. Let's get back to Caleb, man. We ain't gonna belabor
Right
the
on, right
past too
on.
much, but are you expecting Caleb to hit the 4,000-yard marker next season?
Next season, yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah, that definitely. And I expect his. I expect that. I expect him to make better decisions.
yeah.
Of course, that's one of the bigger parts. You got to make better decisions when you're dropping back. 4,000 yards, yeah, he should go. He should blow past that. I really
Yeah, he
think
was
he should.
right there knocking at the door. He was only a few yards away from it this season.
Right,
Uh, he had
and I
3,942.
I just think with take off in the offense, you get the offense going a little bit sooner. Those
Mm-hmm.
4,000 yards would have been surpassed. That's just my
Agreed.
opinion.
Hey, one or two of those drops that would have been catches, it would have been
Yeah,
passed. He didn't even need them to
not
catch all of those drops, just one or two of them.
shit. At least have. Yeah, you ain't
One or
lying.
two of them. He
At
was
least
right
one or
there,
two
less than
would
sixty
he
yards
would.
away.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
Hell, well, with the one or two drops, he would have surpassed 30 touchdowns too.
facts.
So I mean, no, you can't put everything on Caleb. Yeah, the completion percentage needs to get a little bit better, but that falls on some of the receivers too. And if I'm mistaken, I think when they did the completion adjusted percentage, he was still ranked toward the bottom.
Okay,
So
I ain't see the adjusted, but
I
that's
think with
interesting.
the adjusted, I think it boosted it up to like 57% or some shit like that. So I
So
mean, we still can be better, but that's what year 3 is.
his pocket awareness was better this season.
Hell of a lot better.
Yeah, his read of the defense was better this season. I think his anticipation could be improved. I think he can improve in that area.
I think that's something that's going to improve next season as well. Throwing with anticipation and throwing your receivers open instead of waiting for them to be open.
Yeah, his mechanics improved. Like I said, his pressure awareness, all of that has improved. Um, his command of the protection is there. Just go ahead and get his anticipation better, his accuracy better, and better leadership. With his team. I think those are the keys to his blossoming in year 3. Um, everything else is there, and those things are there too. They just can be better. They can just be better. But
Right, 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 right. And a lot of it as well. I'm sorry. Um, a lot of it as well is like you said, his pocket presence is he's learning how to manipulate the pocket.
right,
He's learning that just take a step to the left or take a step to the right or just even step up in
step
the
up.
pocket.
You brought that up
You
early
know,
last season. Something you saw that him doing better. I remember you saying that. Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, he get all this stuff under his belt, especially when you got the right coach, you got the right offensive staff to teach you all of these things. I really think year 3 is going to be a huge jump for him. I think year 3 is going to be a huge jump. I think he'll take less pressure. I think he's going to take less sacks than he did this last season. Dude is just he's fucking unsackable. So and you
facts.
got to throw that in there. That dude, he's just unsackable. I mean, you think you can pull him down just by grabbing his leg and yanking on it, and he's spinning out of it. That
Oh boy,
dude is
strong. He's strong.
he's deceptively strong. He's
Yeah.
deceptively strong.
Hey, and here's some
I don't think.
intangibles. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I don't think he get enough credit for how strong he
He
appears to be.
doesn't, man. He's fooled me with his strength and his speed. Like I didn't know he had those like that.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's what surprised me. You don't see that on his college tape.
Right.
Only thing you seeing is the scrambling and the arm talent.
You're
You don't
right.
see the strength and
The
uh,
speed.
the speed. You don't see none of that in his college tape. So when he gets to the NFL and then he gets to this level, I'm quite sure he done surprised some defensive players as well with his speed and
Absolutely.
strength.
And speaking of which, one of the intangibles of Caleb Williams having such a successful season, players going to want to play here. You know what I mean? Because of Caleb Williams.
Mhm.
Players that are free agents, they're going to want to come to Chicago. Man, look, that team has a chance. They have that quarterback over there. He going to give us a chance every game. If there's a game, if we're in the game, he's going to give us a chance. I'm a free agent. If I'm trying to decide between a team or two, let me take my shot at Chicago with Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm an offensive player or a defensive player, I'm like, I know they secure on the offensive side of the ball. If I'm playing defense, let me go on over there, help them out on defense, so we can go ahead and take these steps forward. And that's what I'm thinking about Caleb, Caleb's growth in year 3, the leap the team can take, the ceiling for the Chicago Bears. I think the ceiling is even elevated even higher. Like we didn't have a expectation of year 2 for the team because we didn't know what we had as a team. But now that we know what we have as a team, head coach, coaching staff, and all those things, the ceiling for the Bears after this season, after making it to the playoffs and winning their playoff round, I think the ceiling is even higher. I think there's no limit to the next season. I ain't gonna say any type of predictions or what I think they can do, but I think they really have a high ceiling and they could go as far as they wanted to go.
Uh, I agree. The ceiling is it can be as far as they want it to go, but unfortunately, it's the NFL, and you have to be cautious of those things because one season might not carry over into the next, and you
Absolutely
know,
correct.
um, as bad as I like to say, we back. We ain't fully back yet, So just me personally, I just want to pump my brakes. I like I like what I'm seeing from the coaching staff. I like what I'm seeing from the offensive
Hey,
side of the ball, and I just want it to be sustainable.
I hear you. I
Period.
feel you. I understand you 100%. But I pumped my brakes this season. I can't keep pumping my brakes. I pump my brakes like, nah, hold on, let me wait and see.
Right,
I wait,
right,
I wait and saw.
right,
I saw something that's gonna get me excited. I saw something that's gonna have got me having expectations now.
right
I
on,
can't
right on,
I ain't finna pump my brakes. I ain't finna go full throttle either and say Super
right,
Bowl or
right.
bust. But I'm
That's what
saying,
I can't do.
nah, I ain't gonna do either of those. I'm gonna be somewhere in the middle like, hey, anything can happen at this point. We could go all the way if the chips fall in the right place. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shit. And truth be told, man, to me, the chips failed in the right place this past season. I mean, everybody's talking about the defense, and we got as far as we did without a dominant pass rush. So, I mean, we were just one play away from going to the NFC Championship game.
Right,
So, I mean, to me, I think we're on the cusp. Um, and I just don't think that we have to go out and do anything like super drastic to change shit in order to still be where we at. So, I mean, with that being said, I'm still pumping my brakes.
still pumping your brakes. Cool,
I'm still
cool.
pumping my brakes right now. So I have to just waiting until to see how the season plays out. We got to definitely see what we do at
I mean,
left tackle to help
definitely,
protect
definitely.
Caleb and this offense. And shit, we got to go from there. Start with
For
that left
sure.
tackle first.
Start with that left tackle, pass rushers, interior defensive line, and we there. But I understand what you're saying. You know, no two seasons are alike. It could flip and reverse. Those close games that we won, we could lose those. You know, who knows? But I saw enough talent on the field with Caleb and those boys, and I saw enough talent in the coaching staff to say we can sustain this at least, you know, moving forward for the next year or two. So let's see what we got, man. You got anything else you want to add to the episode, brother?
No, man, not right now. Only thing I can say is if y'all bleed blue and orange the way me and Tone do, y'all hit that like and subscribe. Support the channel.
For sure, for sure. Hey, everybody, appreciate y'all checking us out, and we'll still be coming with content this off season, and appreciate you, J Mac, for stopping through, brother.
Man, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. It's always fun to talk football.
Yes, sir. Good
Always
episode,
fun.
bro.
Always fun. For sure.
All right, I'll talk to you later, man.
Peace out.